Hot news: U.S. cancels trade planning meeting with China, source says. The White House rejected a trade planning meeting with Chinese counterparts this week due to outstanding disagreements between the two sides over the enforcement of intellectual property rules. Officials from the U.S. Trade Representative's office were set to meet with two Chinese vice ministers this week to try to resolve trade differences before the March 1 deadline, but the meeting was called off, a source familiar with the situation confirmed to CNBC's. Should Beijing and Washington fail to agree on a permanent solution, President has said he will reinforce punitive tariffs on roughly half of all Chinese exports to the U.S. Asked for comment, the White House told CNBC that one source suggested that talks may still happen over the phone, but the termination of the in-person visit signals that reaching a complete agreement beyond the basic tenets of the Group of 20 truths will be difficult. Offered to, Chinese officials made the offer during negotiations in Beijing earlier in January, Bloomberg News reported. China would increase trade negotiations between Washington and Beijing have stretched for months amid a tit-for-tat dispute. Both countries the two nations late last year agreed to halt additional tariffs as they engage in new trade talks with the goal of reaching an agreement before the March deadline following Trump's meeting with Chinese President in Argentina. UCNBC's Patty Dom contributed reporting. Share this video. Got a confidential news tip? We want to hear from. Sign up for free newsletters and get more CNBC delivered to your inbox. Get this delivered to your inbox, and more info about our products and services. Copyright 2019 CNBC LLC. All rights reserved. Data is a real-time snapshot. * Data is delayed at least 15 minutes. Global business data also provided by. Your browser is not supported. The requested video is unable to play. The video does not exist in the system. We're not able to play this video if an ad blocker is enabled. Please disable your ad blocker on CNBC and reload the page to start the video.
Raindrops, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.